All right, today we're diving into an ancient text that gives us this incredible picture of what faith is all about. It frames the whole thing not as, a single decision, but as this grueling, long distance race. So let's get into this powerful metaphor together.
I mean, you've probably felt that, right? That sense that this is a long, challenging journey that requires some real endurance. It's not just about a quick burst of energy at the start, but about staying the course even when you're exhausted and things get difficult. And that exact idea is captured perfectly in just a few short verses from the book of Hebrews. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to break down this powerful imagery of a spiritual marathon, looking at the crowd, the preparation, and the ultimate focus you need to finish. Okay, first up, the setting. The author doesn't picture this race happening on some lonely road. No, instead, it's in a massive stadium, and it's absolutely packed. The text kicks right off with this incredible image, a great cloud of witnesses. What a picture. But who exactly are these people? Are they literally watching from the heavens? Well, the text actually suggests something a little different. And here's a really crucial clarification. This isn't about, ghosts in the stands. The cloud of witnesses refers to all those figures from history whose stories of faith have been passed down. Their lives are the testimony. They're the proof that this race can be run. And just think about who's in this crowd. You've got people like Abraham, who stepped out into the total unknown. Moses, who led an entire nation through the desert. Sarah, who waited decades for a promise. And David, a king who faced immense personal failure, but kept coming back. Their finished races are meant to be our inspiration.
So you're in the stadium, you're surrounded by all this inspiration. Now, what's the first thing any serious runner does? They make sure they're not carrying anything they don't need. And that brings us to the next crucial step in your preparation.
The instruction is super clear. Get rid of the baggage. But what's really interesting is that the author's very specific, mentioning two different kinds of burdens that a runner needs to ditch before they can even really get going. And here's the breakdown, and it's a brilliant distinction. On one hand, you have hindrances. Think of these like a heavy backpack filled with rocks. They're the worries, the anxieties, the constant distractions that just drain your energy and make every step harder. But on the other hand, you've got entangling sin. This is more like a tripwire stretched across the track, specifically designed to take you down. These are the habits and choices that can stop your progress completely. The text says you've got to get rid of both. Okay, so the scene is set, the runner is prepared. Now we get to the actual act of running. And the instruction here is really just one word, but man, it is everything. Run with perseverance. Notice what it doesn't say. It doesn't say run with speed, or run with style, or even run with confidence. It just says to run with the gritty determination to just keep going. And that is the crucial point right there. This is a long, hard race. It is not a sprint. So here's what perseverance really means in this context. It's steadfastness. It's continuing on the path even when it's uphill, even when you're tired, even when it feels like everyone else is passing you by. It's the absolute core quality needed for this race. So how do you do that? How do you keep going when you want to quit? The text gives us a single, powerful strategy. You have to know where to look. The instruction is to fix your eyes on one person, Jesus. He's presented here as both the one who started the race and the one who perfectly finished it. He's the ultimate pacer and the champion, all rolled into one. So let's break those two titles down because they're really important. As the pioneer, he's the one who blazed the trail we're now running on. He literally mapped the course. And as the perfecter, he's the one who actually crossed the finish line, showing us that it's possible and modeling exactly how it's done. And here is that example in action. He had a clear motivation, the joy set before him. He faced the ultimate obstacle, enduring the cross. He had a defiant attitude towards it, scorning its shame. And there was a final outcome, victory and honor. This is the pattern the runner is meant to study. So why? Why look back at the cloud of witnesses? Why drop the extra weight? Why focus so intently on this one single finisher of the race? Well, the answer is incredibly simple and direct. It's a strategy for survival. It's a game plan designed for one purpose, to make sure you don't quit when the race gets tough. And the text says it plainly. The entire point of considering his example is to prevent you from growing weary and losing heart. It's the fuel for your perseverance when your own energy tank is running on empty. So that's the metaphor. A race supported by history, streamlined by discipline, sustained by perseverance, and focused on the ultimate finisher. Which leaves us with one final thought to reflect on. For the next mile ahead in your race, what weight do you need to drop, and where do you need to fix your gaze?